Have you ever wondered how to run a perfect worship rehearsal? One where, number one, you don't waste your worship team's time and it doesn't go on for like 3 hours. I think we've all had one of those rehearsals before. But also, at the end of your allotted time together, you are actually confidently prepared to lead on Sunday morning along with the rest of your team. Well, I recently had a conversation with my friend Jimmy Cooper from over on the Hey Worship Leader YouTube channel about that exact question. So let's hear how Jimmy runs a great worship rehearsal every single week. Do you guys do worship rehearsal with your team? And what does that look like? Are you meeting throughout the week, or do you just meet before Sunday services, or what?
Yeah, our worship rehearsal is Wednesday night from 6 to 7:30, and I'm a stickler about time just because I've been in groups where time was too fluid, and I never make it about me. It's always about them. Like, hey, I want to respect your time. We're not finished, but it's time to go. So let's come back Sunday morning. We have a little bit of time on Sunday morning allotted for rehearsal. So we do rehearsal and then run through, which is different than rehearsal. Rehearsal is like, hey, that sounds bad. Let's go like fix it. Run through is like, we're running through, we're not stopping. We practice it, and it's with the production team and anyone else who's speaking in the service that day. So they practice actually switching the mic and having the person bring up the mic and, all those things. That's run through. So rehearsal on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7:30. I end on time, even though some people are late, and they're late just because they're trying to get off work and get there. And rehearsal looks like we start with not prayer. We start with sound check, like a line check, sound check, make sure everything's good to go. We set our ears during sound check, our in-ear monitors. So has just start from zero because this week might be different from last week. And then as they're sound checking, use that time to dial in your in-ears. After that's done, then we do our like devotion and prayer. I may read a scripture. I might use the We Are All Worship Leaders devotional, and then we'll pray. And I say this every time. I'm like, we're going to pray, then we're going to do a talk through, a play through, and go home. I usually say something like that so that they're not stressed about how long it's going to take or whatever, and they know what's coming. So then we'll talk through. This is what's going to happen. We're doing 4 songs, which we usually do about 4 songs a week, 2 on the front, 2 on the back end. We talk briefly through the transitions, and then we play through them. Last week's rehearsal was like the most efficient rehearsal we've had in a long time, which was good because 2 weekends ago was the worst that we had in a long time. But we were able to play through the whole set 2 times and still get done by like 7:15. And I'm supposed to cut them off at 7:30. So team was just prepared. They're ready to go. And we played through the songs. I'm like, any questions? Do you want to run through anything again? Everybody's like, good to go. All right, go home.
Nice. Yeah. You don't always have to take the whole time you have allotted. Sometimes people are just ready. As you can tell, there's a lot that goes into a great worship rehearsal, and I love Jimmy's process for how he does things, and I want to help you implement what he just talked about and what I teach all the time about worship rehearsals, and that's why I created the worship rehearsal blueprint. In it, you will find a step-by-step plan for your next worship rehearsal that will teach you how to lead your team, not just musically so they're prepared to lead on Sunday, but also relationally and spiritually as well, so that they can grow closer to God and also closer to each other. So check that out down in the description below, the worship rehearsal blueprint. And until I see you in the next video, keep leading worship well.